We have some major news right now. Tensions between Donald Trump and Greenland are escalating this afternoon. Greenland's premier came out and said that if we had to choose between the United States and Denmark, we want to stand with Denmark. He said that in a press conference today. And then Donald Trump was asked about those remarks, and well, he said it's not going to be good for him, referring to the premier of Greenland. When asked about his response to the premier of Greenland, Donald Trump said, and I quote, "Well, that's their problem. I disagree with him. I don't know who he is. Don't know anything about him. But that's going to be a big problem for him." It really seems as though the President of the United States is now actively threatening the Premier of Greenland, essentially become part of the United States or face a problem, which in this case would be some type of military intervention in Greenland, which would be a violation of NATO's charter, invoke Article 5, and ultimately end NATO as we know it. Spread the word. Full updates on my Substack, as always, linked in bio, so subscribe for free. And follow along to stay up to date on all the news you need to know about. More to come soon.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences, and be conversant in dark parables. He shall serve among great men, and appear before princes. He will travail through the straight countries, for he hath tried the good and the evil among men. Shalom, 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 shalom. This is your brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp with edification, another edification through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. First and foremost, Kal Halayam La Alahayanawa Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Rakaha Kodash. Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahushai. Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahushai. Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutation unto the brothers who preaching and teaching the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedom to do so no more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled bird Israelites, and shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwat, which is the sisters that listening and learning. Alright, so this edification, I will try my best to do it as short as possible, because I had to head out to the plantation and what have you so forth. But nevertheless, you know, we seeing the prophecies. Alright, we seeing the prophecies taking place. Okay. Now, with Trump, you know, pushing forth his big stick, alright, upon the nation, as the scripture says in let's get that. No, I'm going to quote it. Let me get it. Isaiah 14 and 6. Isaiah 14 and 6, where it reads, He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hinder it. Alright, so this man, you know, this man going about through the four corners of the earth, alright, bringing forth, you know, tyranny on the people. Okay, the latest is Greenland, as the Greenland premier, you know, the how it is called them, the I would say the tetrarch, all right, the ruler, all right, of Greenland, all right. He is making a stance clear and known, and Trump, you know, as the scripture say, how would this go again, boy? The elders bring elder apostle Ariam Lab. Let's bring out that scripture in he was more stout than his fellows. Alright, so that Daniel 7:20. Yeah, Daniel 7:20. Let's take a look at that. That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Daniel chapter 7 and verse 20, where it reads, "And the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, before whom 3 fell," which is speaking, the 10 horns represents who? The 10 horns represents the EU and NATO. Alright? That's the beast. Alright? And that other which came up, before whom 3 fell, that is speaking of America. Even that horn that had eyes and a mouth that speak very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. Alright? And when I go to that word stout, you know what? Let me go to the blue letter. Let's go to the blue letter and get that arm. Alright, so Daniel 7 and 20. Alright, Daniel 7 and 20. Alright, let's look to that word stout. Alright, stout.
Strong's H, 7229. Rav.
Alright. So as it says, great. Alright, it's great. Alright, figuratively of power. So which means what? He had more power. Alright, he had more power Silakia. He had more power than the rest of his counterparts. All right, within his alliance. So basically, you know, as I said in my last video that I had done. All right. When I go to Revelation 17, where it speaks of the whore that rideth upon the beast, all right. So which means what? He's in full control, all right. Because anybody that rideth upon a beast, whether it's a donkey, whether it's whether it's a mule, a horse, or whatever, the rider is always the one that is in control, all right. What the rider will do? They will put a bridle within the beast's mouth, you know, to make sure and enforce that control over the beast. All right, and the beast would have to go wheresoever the rider directs it to go. All right, so there's what it is here. All right, he is more stout than his fellows. So. All right, even when I go to the etymology here.
Strong's H, 7227. Rav.
All right, where it says many, much, many, great, much, many, abounding in, more numerous than. All right, strong. But when they go they come down here to the to G and H. All right, it says what? Strong. All right, so he was strong. All right, greater than, okay, and when you come down, all right, so you are strong and greater than, which he is showing it. All right, he's showing it because why? Again, the military, Babylon's military. All right, when you come down to the adverb, it says what? Much exceedingly. All right. And I come down to the second one there, to the last, which is the last one actually. Captain, chief. All right. So everybody has to, especially within NATO and the European Union, they all have to dance to the tune of Babylon the Great. All right. This is what it is. Okay. So coming out of that. All right, as it says there, you know, he was more stout than his fellows. So where the tetrarch, of Greenland making a stance that he is standing with Denmark and what have you, so forth, and Trump is speaking boldly, all right, and saying what, that it's not going to be good for him. All right, it's not going to be good for him. So what that entails? That entails what? Military action. All right, that entails military action that is going to take place. All right, so there's where it is here. So with all this that has taken place, this is just prophecy. All right, this is just prophecy being fulfilled before your eyes. Because the direction that it is heading to, all right, so this is nothing more than just prophecy before your eyes, all right, Revelation 17 and 16, all right, this is what it is leading to. Trump actions pursuing towards Greenland and what have you, so forth. Alright, this is what it leading to. Revelation 17, 16, and the 10 horns, alright, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall what? These shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Alright, which is what? Nuclear fire. So everything is falling right into place. All right? Every single thing is falling right into place pursuant to prophecy. There's what it is. All right? And the Lord has turned Trump's mind, right? Because as he said, nothing can stop him but nothing more than his own morality and his own mind, and that's roughly paraphrasing pursuant to his speech. All right. So the Lord is actually pushing him, all right, to carry about which is actually the Lord is influencing the elites, because Trump is not in control of anything. All right. Then we get that straight first. Trump is not in thing of anything. All right, in control of anything. Trump is actually taking orders from the elites. All right, that's what it is. And the elites, they want to have all the resources and everything for themselves pursuant to this new world order that they are coming about with. You understand? So yeah, there's where it is here. All right. So it says, for Yahweh had put it in their hearts to fulfill his will. All right, because this is his will. All right, for this whole thing to break apart, for Trump to attack Greenland, and Article 5 be invoked, and the end of NATO and whatnot, so forth. Where the prophecy of Daniel chapter 2 verse 40 to 44, pursuant to the feet, part iron, part clay, and these shall not, mingle and whatnot, so forth. They shall not be they shall not be unified. All right, there's where it is, because iron and clay it don't mesh. All right, clay doesn't stick onto iron. You take an iron pole and you put clay upon it and whatnot, so forth. All right, when the clay get hard, the clay just end up breaking apart, and does the iron remain? All right, so it says here, for Yahweh had put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. All right, there's what it is. All right, and the words of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahshai, it is fulfilling as we speak. That's why when I go to Obadiah, I go to the book of Obadiah 1, and I think it's from verse 5. We can start from verse 5. All right, a matter of fact, verse 4. A matter of fact, verse 3. All right, because this is what is taking. This is what it is with Trump. Pride. All right, this is what is having him speaking in this sort of manner, having no respect for international law, as they say. All right, having no respect for nations and their sovereignty and what have you, so forth. So what? The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. All right, Obadiah 1 and 3, Salakia. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Though thou dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Yeah. Who can stop me? That was his words. Who can stop me? There is no one can stop me. We have the greatest military in the world, whatnot, so forth. Again, he was more stout than his fellows. You understand? Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Verse 7, the point. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the what? Even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee had deceived thee and prevailed against thee. Yeah? They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. So the nations, they're going to deceive him. All his allies, they're going to deceive him. Make him think, well, we are all one with thee and whatnot, so forth. But hey, at the ending of it all, they're going to what? They're going to align themselves with Russia and what? And destroy him, because you have to understand what Trump did in Venezuela. All right, what Trump did in Venezuela has all these other nations shaking in their boots and watching them with a very keen eye, because within their mind and amongst themselves, this is the speech, this is the speaking point that they are speaking amongst themselves. If Trump could do that to Maduro, all right, if Trump could do that to Maduro, who else is next? Who else is next on the chopping board? You understand? If he can do that to Venezuela, if he can go and invade in Venezuela and snatch Maduro and what have you, so forth, and he is looking to do his own, as the scripture say as the scripture say in Sirach 14:5, because this is his own. All right, this is his own, pursuant to allies and his own people and what have you, so forth, because the people of Greenland, they are Edomites the same way. All right, but the point of the matter is, they are allies. All right, so it says, Sirach 14:5, he that is evil to himself, all right, to whom will he do good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is the recompense of his wickedness. All right? So if he can do that to Greenland, what next for the other NATO nations? All right? What next for the other NATO nations? Okay, this is what it is. So, yeah, this is where it is here. Destruction is about to come upon America in a very, very, very thunderous way, by the way of nuclear destruction. Okay, so there is no turning back. All right, there is no turning back. It's only just gonna go further downhill from here. All right, so I'm going to leave with this last scripture, because I said I don't want to stay too long. I got to go to the plantation. All right, so Wisdom of Solomon 15. No, is it 12? You must see, bear with me. Bear with me. I have to go to my hard copy. Alright, so it's Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 12. Alright, so it says, alright, and this is for Esau. This is for Trump. Alright, this here is for Trump. Alright, for America. For it says, for who shall say, what hast thou done? Or who shall withstand thy judgment? Alright? Right? The judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright? Or who shall accuse thee for the nations that perish, whom thou hast made? Or who shall come to stand against thee to be revenged for the unrighteousness of men? Alright? Because the Lord is about to bring great judgment. And who is the one that will that has the balls, that has the testicular fortitude to step up to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai pursuing his judgment, especially the judgment that he's about to bring on America. Alright? For neither is there any power but thou that careth for all Israel, to whom thou mightest shew that thy judgment is not unright. Alright, so who is going to come up and accuse the Most High and say, hey, what you're doing to America, alright, what you're doing to Esau Edom is not right? Who? Yeah? Who? Neither shall king or tyrant be able to set his face against thee for any whom thou hast perished. For so much then as thou art righteous, thyself thou orderest all things righteously, thinking it not agreeable with thy power to condemn him that hath not deserved to be punished. Yeah, that's why the scripture, when they go to and I think I would have to, this will be the last one. This could be the last one, which is going back to Isaiah 14. Let me see from 6. But that's now right, going back to verse 6. Yes, verse 6 itself. Alright. Isaiah 14 and 6, which is the last scripture I will bring out here, where it reads, he who smote the people in wrath, which is Esau Edom, which is America, all right, with a continual stroke, he that ruleth the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. So when America is being judged, when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is about to bring that great judgment upon America, all right, no one is going to step in the way. No one is going to plead and beg and make intercession for America. All right? America is going to be judged, and she's going to be perfectly well judged by the hands of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right? And no one is going to step in the way. As we say in Trinidad here, nobody ain't going to drink no medicine for anybody else cough and cold. All right? So America is going to be judged. All what she is doing is actually leading towards her judgment. So I hope you always edified through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Your brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp signing out. Saying Kal Halayam La Alahaya Nawa Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem HaKakodash. Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles, the elders, the bishops of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutation unto the brothers who preaching and teaching us truth through the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and the freedom to do so no more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled Israelites and shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwat, which is the sisters that listening and learning.